TV copy is running significantly behind.
Eberflus.
So
defensive player?
Defensive player. Trying to read the tea weaves. Now, you've got the Indianapolis Colts there at 151. Then it goes Cardinals, Bengals, Giants after that. We don't know how far behind. So we don't know where the league is right now when it comes to the trade that has happened.
We see any position coaches in there?
I'm looking.
Is that Flus with the T-shirt and the hoodie right there? He's hugging hugged Will real quick.
I mean, there's a lot of good defensive players still available that I'd be in. And the linebackers we mentioned, Bossa, Chris Paul Jr., the edges with Joey Ivey still out there. You got Aeneas Peebles, who's still there from Virginia Tech. I don't think he's been taken. Jay Toya, Cam Horsley.
God, I wish this was a receiver.
The corners, though, Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech. Robert Longerbeam, I would love from Rutgers.
What about Melo Dotson and Kobe
Melo
Bryant?
Dotson
What
and
about those guys?
Kobe Bryant, I just know he also got flagged for character. I've been an advocate for Kobe Bryant. He might have not done himself any favors during this
Undrafted
process.
free agency is going to be crazy this year with these character guys, man.
Is that defensive line, assistant defensive line Brian King in there? I couldn't tell from just kind of the quick looks. Might have been David Overstreet that walked in there as well. It's tough to see who exactly it was. And here's DJ Giddens going off the board.
Okay.
Running back from Kansas State goes at 151 to the Colts. Good pick by the Colts there. Cowboys have made another selection. We are trying to figure out. Remember, Jada Blue, 149, the first pick of day 3 for the Cowboys. They had 7 picks today.
Dave Borgonzi.
They got to pick 152 is what they did here. It looks like this
to be a linebacker.
Yeah, this is a pick that Colts went on the clock at 151.
Oh, I'd love it if it were
Sign me
Bossa.
up.
We will have a party if it was Jeffrey
fantastic.
Bossa.
So when you said 152,
Dallas has got this pick at 152,
and the pick is in on the TV copy as well. Thinking it's a linebacker, gentlemen.
As far as character guy, like leader guy, Chris Paul was a leader type dude. We heard from him at the Shrine Bowl. Like
I'm a big fan of his too.
And he was the leader amongst all the Ole Miss defenders. Like it was a lot of those guys, and we heard him talk like Chuck, and he sounded like that guy. And if there's a common theme amongst the draft that the Cowboys trying to pull off, they're trying to pull off leader guy.
Smile Munden Jr. from Georgia is another name that I had a 4th round grade on. I know Dallas had him pretty high on the board as well. Bossa,
there it is.
Paul
Shamar James
from Florida.
This was a guy that they met with at the Combine and really liked, and he had a lot of similar affection for Dallas. Trade details here. They're giving up 174 and 204 for this pick for Shamar James. But 2-year starter at the University of Florida. You talk about high character guys. This is one that I got good reviews on whenever I did some homework on him at the Combine after hearing that the two sides really did like each other. I personally had him, if I can find him on my board. I had him in the 4th round. This is one of the younger players in the draft. Still hasn't even turned 21 yet. He's going to kind of fill that Overshown role, I think, until Overshown can get back. He's an outside linebacker, athletic, rangy defender. He played his best ball down the stretch in 2024. He affects late downs by getting in the way of crossers and can be deployed in situational blitzing. He kind of reminds me of Maris Leofau a lot in that same sense because of his situational blitzing ability. He needs to be a better disciplined in the run game, and so I wonder, if they're trying to get better at stopping the run. I don't know if this is necessarily a pick to address that. This is like a 3rd down type linebacker that can account for things across the middle of the field. It could come with more experience as he gets older, the run game knacks. But this is a development project that is worth, I think, a day 3 pick to be able to develop and bring along, especially in a linebacker room where there's still a couple questions and there's some interesting balance of youth and old as well.
I wasn't as high on him.
I got to go right. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
He was further down my board. He was in the extras, but when I watched him, he was one of the more athletic dudes in the box, like just front 7 guys. And even when they'll kind of float him around and do safety things, like he was a run and hit kind of guy, but I thought he got lost a bunch. I thought the mental process really
could see that
really gave him some fits. I thought he'll probably be a guy that you could take a little later, but if the Cowboys love him, maybe they're taking the athleticism and probably not applying it to a linebacker. Maybe they got another role for him as a downhill type guy, box safety type
I think
stuff.
he had it with the overshown thought process. Sure. I mean, this is a guy who's going to rotate in. They're not expecting him to be a starter. They're not going to expect him to come
special teams immediately.
Exactly. I had a 5th round grade on him. I actually had him in my 7th-round mock. I had him in the 6th round. I knew there was some interest there. I didn't think it would happen until later on day 3. The fact that they traded up to get him means that they liked the player as is. All right, the Cowboys just made 2 selections. Jaden Blue, running back from Texas at 149. Shamar James, linebacker from Florida at 152. More to come here in the 5th round. We are off and rolling day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft on 105.3 The Fan and DallasCowboys.com. All right, back on the .com side.
This is a player I hope I'm super wrong about.
I am too.
But the athleticism is there.
Yep.
I saw hesitancy. I saw a player who disappears. He doesn't run through traffic particularly well. He certainly has the athletic ability to be able to cover, but he's a guy that'll kind of jump on the pile late and hey, I was here. He was a massive recruit coming out of high school and just never really lived up to expectations, but is a team captain, and this is what you do in day 3. This is a traits pick. So you see the athleticism. He absolutely will contribute on special teams, but he is going to have to get coached up and really refine a lot of technique to be a serviceable linebacker in the NFL. So 5th round's about where I had him, but there definitely were some other linebackers that I think are more NFL ready right now, but maybe they don't have quite the upside as Shamar James does.
Sure.
When you said you hope you're wrong about him, Brian, is it a lot of the same concerns?
Yeah, a lot of the same things. I don't see a guy that has great instincts here. And I think his best fit would be as a will linebacker. Let him free him up, let him run. That's the kind of thing. If you're going to make him do a lot of reading things, there could be some problems here. You do see him lose the ball in the running game. You do see receivers work around him in the passing game. There's times where, I would say the range is there. He can finish at times. That's pretty good. But maybe some of his real strength that he was able to do is I saw him as a pass rusher. I watched the Miami games, Texas A&M games, and it seemed like there was kind of a slippery element to his game. So maybe that's something to allow him, that he's a really kind of a straight line player. He's got kind of a burst to his game. But I mentioned, I think as a will linebacker, that's where he needs to play. Don't give him a lot of responsibility. Let him try and chase the ball. And if you want to, use him as a pass rusher. This is a downhill player that way.